Hey guys, Justin with AmericanMuscle.com here with my detailed review of the RTR Rear Valance Diffuser fitting your premium package 2015 and up Mustang. So who is this rear valance going to be for? Well, I would say it's going to be for anyone out there who really enjoys what Vaughn and his team at RTR have done with the S550 in regards to overall styling and maybe wants to emulate that on his or her own ride. In addition, I'd say it's an excellent option if you're like me and you really didn't enjoy the factory color matched rear valance and want to replace it with something that's going to be a little bit more aggressive. Now, when talking with Vaughn directly about his inspiration for the new RTR Mustang, he made it very clear to me that he wanted to do something pretty crazy with the rear of the car and give it more of an exotic look in his own words. So by going with this fin-style rear diffuser valance, he definitely accomplished that and gave it more of a race car inspired look in the rear. Now, I think personally this thing looks a lot better when paired with the RTR rocker splitters, but again, that is up to you as it is going to add roughly $300 to the final price tag. On the topic of price, guys, this thing is definitely going to come in at the top of the food chain in regards to rear diffusers here on the site and will be nearly double the price of the Roush rear valance. However, you have to keep in mind that Roush rear valance can only be used with a quad tip exhaust setup, so you have to factor that into the price. On the other hand, the RTR rear diffuser here can be used with your factory or aftermarket single tip exhaust system, so you don't have to worry about anything there. Breaking down some of the finer details here, guys, you will find a durable injection molded ABS plastic for the build, and it has been finished off in the same textured grain black plastic as the rest of the exterior plastic on your S550, such as the chin spoiler, lower rockers, things like that. I do want to remind you, this will only work on premium package rear bumpers as they are a little different from some of the base cars, so definitely don't forget about that. And also keep in mind this thing will work with factory backup sensors, should not interfere with their operation whatsoever. When it comes time to get dirty, guys, here's what you need to know. Now, there is some permanent modification needed to get this thing installed. Basically, you're gonna be cutting off that color match portion of the factory valance and replacing it with the RTR unit here. So an air saw, Dermal, something similar is going to be your best friend here. You're definitely gonna need a 7mm socket along with a panel removal tool. Now, it probably sounds a lot more complicated than it really is, but nevertheless, since there is some cutting involved, I'll call it 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter and maybe a couple of hours from start to finish to get this thing installed. So to wrap up the RTR rear diffuser or rear valance, guys, I really like what this thing does to the rear of the car. My one major pet peeve with the S550 from an appearance standpoint when it was released was that color matched factory valance. This thing totally replaces that, fixes that in my opinion, and adds some aggressive styling to boot. So be sure to check out more from RTR for your S550 here at AmericanMuscle.com.